Hello everyone, I am Silverette and today we're starting a brand new game, Pillars of Eternity. I have played some of it, not a lot. I don't even think I got halfway. But I wanted to do a brand new game and let's get into it. We have normal, hard. I know I'm not doing that. Forgives a few mistakes in combat, not recommended for newcomers. For real-time party-based RPGs. Looking for a challenge. Micromanaging. Normal or hard? We're looking for a challenge. Survivor requires micromanaging and optimization of stats through item spells and abilities. Uh, let's do hard. Okay, I barely remember any of this, so it's been years. I'm really excited.
Five wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
All right. Good intro. So, okay. Male. I didn't realize the male and women had two different things. Let's read male, but I'm doing female. The place of men of society varies from culture to culture. Cultures like Adir and the Drywood place them at the forefront of military politics and heavy labor. Among the tribes of Nasatik, men perform many of the homesteading and organizational skills. In Ir Glenfart and Zymatil, men and women have more fluid social roles. In all society, there are exceptions to the rule, and men can be found in a wide variety of stations and professions. Women. A woman's role in Ayora is largely dependent on where she is from. In the Adair Empire, Philistine republics, and the Drywood, women occupy many domestic, educational, and organizational roles. They are the primary hunters, soldiers, and leaders of the tribes of Nastik. In Irglandfir and Zamatil, women and men have more fluid social roles. In all societies, there are exceptions to the rules, and women can be found in a wide variety of stations and professions. Valian republics. A mercantile power and former colony of a larger, more ancient nation. Old Valia. The republic lies to the south of Drywood and Erglenfar and are ruled by a duke elected by the Consulgi Asagia, a council of the 14 dukes, including its 5 most prominent, the Duke's Bells. The Drywood, a colonial nation founded by settlers from the Adir Empire. Following a series of conflicts from Adir, the territory became independent in 2672 AI and is now ruled by a duke who is elected by 7 earls that oversee the earldoms. Okay. Irglenfarth. A territory comprised of the far southern of the Bell River, populated indigenously by a group of loosely affiliated tribes, collectively known as Glenfarthans, and governed by a council of its six most powerful tribes. Air Glenfarth is home to a large number of ruined and Wheaton sites, which Glenfarthans hold sacred. The ruins have been at the center of a number of large-scale conflicts from Drywooden colonists whose settlements often encroach on Glenfarthan territory and who frequently seek to plunder the ruins for their relics. Okay. Oh wait, what was the name of the Aora? Aora. I think that's it. I think it's pronounced Aora. Humans, commonly called folk, are the most common race in Drywood of the Deer Empire, Ovalia, and Battalion republics. Though not as large as the towering Omoa, humans are known for their strength and willpower, resolve and might +1. Omoa are the largest of the Kith races and are commonly found near oceans. Though not truly aquatic, they have an affinity for water, and many of their civilizations, such as Brutai, are based on naval dominance. They are known for their unparalleled strength, might +2. Dwarf, by virtue in land covered in numbers of colonies settled, dwarves are the most well-traveled race in the world. They are commonly found in the Drywood, the Battalion Republic, and almost any colonized lands. Dwarves are known for their great strength and tenacity. Might +2, Constitution +1, Dex -1. Elf. Elves are a dominant race in Air Glenfarth, and the white. Their winds are more common, and the white winds and are extremely common in the drywood and Adir. Elves are known for their speed and intelligence, as well as commonly isolationist nature, dex, and perception. Arland, the smallest of the Kith races, though many cultures don't consider them to be civilized at all. Also notable for their large ears, two-toned skin, and hirsute bodies, Arlands are commonly found in Ericlifart, the Zamilti Plains, and parts of the Drywood. They are known for their mental intensity and sharp senses. Resolve +1, might -1, perception +2. Godlike. The godlike are children of the Kith, civilized races, who have been blessed with physical aspects associated with the gods, though some do not consider it a blessing. These aspects may take many forms and often come with mystical powers. Aberrant head shapes are typical, and godlike are unable to wear protective headgear, as it is near impossible to find anything that fits. Because of their unusual nature and their inability to reproduce, godlikes are often viewed with fear and wonder. Interesting. Dex +1, intellect +1. Okay, let's look at this. Resolve. Resolve reflects a character's internal drive, determination, fearlessness, and the emotional intensity they can project to others. It can be useful for mental intimidation, leadership, and convincing performance. In combat, it helps characters maintain concentration. Ooh. And attributes to the will and defenses. That's not bad. Might, it's kind of self-explanatory. Contributes to both damage and healing, as well as the fortified defense. Represents a character's physical and spiritual strength, brute force, as well as their ability to channel powerful magic. During interactions, it can be useful for intimidating displays and acts of brute force. Dex. Abstraction of a character's hand-eye coordination, balance, and overall grace. In interactions, it can be useful for sleight of hand and fast reactions. In combat, it affects the character's action speed with all action spells and abilities and contributes to the reflex defense. Constitution. So I'm thinking Dex, Resolve, Constitution. Combination of the character's overall health and stamina. Although it is not used much in interactions, it is sometimes checked to withstand pain and endure a physically taxing ordeal. In combat, it affects maximum health and endurance and contributes to the fortitude defense. Maybe and maybe perception. Intellect. Logic and reasoning capabilities. In interactions, it can be useful for deduction, sudden realizations, and problem solving. In combat, it contributes to the will defense and influences durations and areas of effect for all abilities and talents. I'm stuck between an Arland and a godlike. And I honestly, I've tried my hardest, not like for years, not to even look at the story of Pillars of Eternity 1 or 2. So all I know is what I have played before, even and most of that I don't remember. So let's see. Um Arland or I want that resolve and a perception, so we're doing Arland. Maybe? But I feel like Godlike would be a great will go for a great story. Um let's do see this would be a great story too. Most cultures don't consider to be civilized. This one that's the council. You guys just look really cool. If Arland, I'm going to do Godlike, but if Arland is an option for the second one, I may do Arland. Maybe. Let's see what Godlike has. Nature Godlike, fusion of human and animal features, often covered by plants, moss, and fungi, has led to a common stigma that they are diseased, and many are killed at birth because of it. Many Druidic orders have a keen interest in nature Godlike because of their general curiosity as to how souls occupy animals, plants, and stones. Wellspring of life. Oh, this is the mystic powers we normally get. Grants a bonus to might, con, and dex when endurance is below 50. Moon. Oh, you look so cool. Most tolerated. While their skin tone and the large moonlight growth on their foreheads may be strange to some, their appearance are generally considered more palatable by the other kith. Sailors have many beliefs that moon godlike and their propensity to bring luck, though there is little agreement to what kind of luck they tend to bring. Silver tide. Every encounter, when reduced below 75%, 50, and 25. Endurance, Moon God Light endurance. Represents a character's short-term survivability. Damage that is not absorbed by a character's damage reduction goes straight to their endurance and health. Potions and healing magics. And health. Potions and healing magic, such as from a paladin, priest, or druid, can restore endurance in combat. When a character's endurance reaches zero, he or she will be knocked out. A knocked out character can be brought back in combat through the use of a revive ability. Otherwise, characters will regain all of their endurance at the end of combat. I do not remember none of this. The ways of healing moonlight that restore endurance to them and their allies. Fire. Oh, you look cool too. Often resemble hot metal, burnt wood, and stone with the harmless flames that erupt from the cracks in their skin. Fire godlights are objects of both reverence and fear in the Deadfire Archipelago. Many locals believe they have the power to awaken volcanoes, or that killing one will cause a volcano to awaken. In the Drywood, fire godlike are often seen as a sign of a blessing of Magrin, goddess of war and fire. Ooh. I like lore. Um, War, fire, transformation, purification, consumption, and trials. Interesting. Patron goddess of the Drywood, though to have been blessed, the Godhammer bomb that destroyed Widewind and possibly Eothos. Battle Forge. When reduced below 50, fire godlike glow like metal in a forge, gaining damage reduction and doing a small amount of fire to any creature who hits them in melee. Oh, death. The most distrusted of their kind. Strange growths cover their eyes or in some cases entire face, giving them a sinister appearance, but opaque from the outside, hiding their features. Death godlike are commonly killed at birth because many cultures consider them to be a harbinger of death. Death's usher. When death godlike attack an enemy with 25 okay. When death godlike attacks an enemy with 25% or less endurance, their damage is increased. That's freaking cool. But fire. Wait, let's see what this. What about the Wild Ireland or Hearth? Found as slaves in Recapture and violent republics. The liberation of Ireland slaves, and while this has been honored, many Hearth Irelands continue to live in the Drywood as indentured servants. Minor threat. When attacking any target that is also being targeted by a teammate, Hearth Irelands convert some of their hits into crits. That's cool. Wild, who live in the deepest forests and jungles between the tropics. While they have only been significantly separated from Hearth Ireland for 1,000 years, a few generic differences have appeared rapidly, most notably a lack of facial hair in the Hearth Ireland branch. Wild Irelands are common in the deep reaches of Air Glenfarth. Unlike their Hearth Ireland brethren, they are not often seen in the Drywood Reserves or the Violin Republic. Defiant resolve after being subjected to will attack. After being subjected to a will attack, Wild Ireland's temporary gain a bonus to all defenses. Nope. Godlike. Fire or you're cool too, but I can on the fly do a backstory between these two and this one, but I don't know if I can. It's so cool though. Let's go. Body type. Body type. Human. Amora. Amua. Dwarf. Elf. Ireland. What's the difference? Elf or human? Elf. Oh man. I kind of know what I want to do with the class. Um, there's barbarian, paladin, priest, chanter. I may go back though. Cipher, ranger, druid, rogue, wizard, monk, cipher. Recently discovered in the Eastern Reach, ciphers were once Rishagoan mind hunters by the Glenfarthans. Ciphers have the ability to direct contact and manipulate another person's soul and psyche, using an ally or enemy's essence as the focus for their magic. Though most ciphers are still found in the Eastern Reach, practitioners of the technique have spread throughout the known world. They are gaining acceptance over time, but are generally distrusted, especially by the uneducated. Starting ability. Ciphers can directly target allies and enemies with powerful soul focus effects. These powers cause focus, which ciphers build through the use of their soul whip. Stealth +1, lore +1, mechanics +1. Endurance, very low. Health low, accuracy average, deflection average. Resist direct melee and ranged attacks. Accuracy, health. Um, you can always change it. Let's start off with ciphers are directly targeted. Can directly target allies and enemies with powerful soul focus effects. These powers cause focus, which ciphers build throughout the use of their soul whip. I have no idea what soul whip is, but if we stick with the death, and even if we do the mind or the fire one, in my mind, I'm going to say it's with the oh man. As the godlike, the only reason they weren't killed is because of the cipher powers. Unknowingly when they were younger, helping them survive. So let's see. Or we can do one. Oh, we can do two. Manifestation of the mutual antipathy between the cipher and the enemy. Enemies caught in the path between the two will suffer corrosive damage. Eye strike shocks an enemy vital receptors, dazzling and blinding them as well as blinding nearby targets. So this is enemy. Mind wave, object of a concussion blast or psychic energy suffering raw damage from the trauma. Characters in a conical area behind the target failing a fortitude check or knocked prone. Soul shock transforms the outer shell of an allied target soul into energy, releasing an electrical burst around them. Standing in the area around the target takes character standing, takes shock damage. Tenacious grasp assails the target's grasp on reality, frightening and confusing them. Keeping it. Whisper of treason imparts the bedevailing secret to an enemy that causes its allegiance to bend, charming them for the duration. Yeah, I'm gonna start with self-preservation to help with the story powers, and I feel like these are the two that does that class. Oh wait, what's the whispers of treason, tenacious grasp? So passive. This is the soul whip. Causes the cipher's weapon to generate a field of parasitic energy that lashes out at the target, increasing damage inflicted and generating focus for the cipher. Okay. Intellect represents a character's logic and reasoning capabilities. In interactions, it can be useful for deductions, sudden realizations, and problem solving. In combat, it contributes to the will, defenses, and influences. Duration and area of effects for all abilities and talents. Highly recommended for the cipher. +6 area of effect, +5 duration, +2 will. We have 15 points. Resolve. Reflects a character's internal drive, determination, fearlessness, and the emotional intensity they can project to others. Can be useful for mental intimidation, leadership, and convincing performances. In combat, it helps characters maintain concentration and contributes to the will and deflection resolve 10. Dex. Hand-eye coordination, balance, overall grace. We've read this. Attack speed, reflex defense, might, damage and healing. Constant. So our main, we're doing let's do so we have 15 points. Will and deflect. So I feel like we're very observant and smart. So intellect, we're bringing a 15. Resolve 13. Dex 13. Might 12. Perception 12. Con 11. Which that's probably gonna hurt, but let's bring Dex up. You know what? Let's bring Resolve. Maybe. Perception. Culture. Okay. Largest and most powerful force on the part of the world, centered around the equator in a tropical climate. Though the empire has colonies in numerous areas of the world, Greater Adir is at its heart and houses the majority of its human and elven nations. Not doing that. Deadfire, which is the name of part 2. Dozens of Uma settlements and hundreds of lawless, pirate-infested islands that stretch along the southern sea. Deadfire is home to Baril dwarves, Otuma, and a mixed variety of other races. The last stop for everyone headed east. Dex, the plains. Located, one of the oldest in the world, though one of the least imperialistic, having spread out little over the past few thousand years. No, it doesn't work with the backstory. Crumbling remnants of an empire of warring merchant nations, counting many humans and dwarves among their ranks. The old valiant countries are still forces to be reckoned with and are proud of their rich cultural heritage. No. Ruatai. Ireland. Countries are relatively young. There are some of the most advanced colonial settlements in the east. The Gulf is a land of riches and resources for those who can take them, though the entire coast is often pummeled by violent storms. That's not it either. Renowned for its diversity of plant and animal life. Its weather is unpredictable and its ecosystems vary dramatically from valley to valley. The living lands are home to an assortment of races in a variety of colonial and independent settlements. Nope. The white that wins. Large, cracked southern expanse of polar ice. Home to pale elves and small colonies of daring explorers, outcasts, and adventurers. While virtually no plant life grows in the white, it is home to many hardy species of dangerous animals that forage from the sea or prey upon each other and to survive. So either this one or archipelago. Because this says settlements. So we or our family could have settled here. But what would have made us leave? And this one is outcast. You know what? Let's do the outcast one. Next. Oh, what would? Okay. The aristocrat. You've lived your life among the nobility. This is obviously out. Lavish meals and extravagant parties. Drifter. Never quite fit in. Each new town is just a place to rest briefly before moving on to the next. You're more comfortable on the road traveling the world explorer. You cannot help the wonder that lies beyond the next hill or wave, and you build your life around finding out. Hunter, you have made your living taking the land, the lives of wild creatures. No. Laborer, trained and prepared, hoping to hone your skills and ply your trade. No. Merchant, pairing them with items. No. Trading. Mystic, you've never been able to explain how the universe guides your path. Behind every task you undertake is a feeling of cosmic direction. So either that or drifter. Or explorer. I feel like survival. Survival allows characters to choose from a variety of long-term bonuses each time they camp. The first 6 ranks grant the following. Oh, that's cool. Damage and Mystic does lore. Knowledge and trivia. Outside of conversation and scripted interaction, it's used to activate scrolls. Higher lore is allowing the characters to use higher level scrolls. I feel like lore and explorer. You know, oh, this is gonna suck. Nope, you know what? Explorer. Now, if I can't figure this out, this is cool, but let's go back. Obviously, I was the only death, 2 deaths. Primary. Oh. No, wrong way. No, I feel like you would need to blend in. Let's look at the portraits for the moon and the fire. That's cool. Oh, I do like this one. But you know what? I think I'm gonna stick with this. That's a lot going on. Go back to 70 something eventually. I'm just curious. Oh, that's males. Okay. So around 45. Nope. Around, it goes to women at 59. Okay. Let's go here. Okay. Oh, let's start with the ones I know I'm not doing.
Yeah.
Cocky.
I'll lead the way. Not a sound.
No.
Yes. I shall lead us. Duh! Shh. I'm here. I'm flattered.
No.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Nope.
They won't see me coming. What is it? Now I am
That's
leader of the group.
cool, but no.
The better part of valor. Hmm?
Nope.
I've got this. Let's go! Nice and slow. Yeah? Follow me. Let's go! Easy does it. Yeah? Watch and learn. Show 'em how it's done! Easy does it. Yeah?
I don't like that
Follow
short how
me.
it's done.
Let's go. Nice and slow. Huh? Follow me. Let's go. Eh? I've got this. Sharp eyes and keen ears. Yes? I'm flattered. Stand together! Nothing will slip past me. Just say the word. I'll lead the way.
Nope.
Let's go. They'll never know I'm here. Now I am leader of the group. Bring them down! A blade in the dark. Yeah? Watch and learn. Show 'em how it's done! I'll take a peek. Yeah?
Yeah, let's do this one. I just want to go back. We're sticking with the god, Deathlite. Sticking with Cypher. And what's the attacking enemy with 25 or less endurance, their damage is increased. This is okay, so what was the this is the one. Damage reduction, receive healing multiplier, bonus movement, accuracy, increased consumable. Okay, so no. Need something that doesn't seem very daunting because we're already people are gonna already be put off from by us. Oh, this isn't the one I wanted. That's what's going on. This. I wish we could have changed this color. Okay, so a Delta god like who always had cipher abilities when we were younger. It helped us stay alive and stop people from killing us. And when we got old enough, we left so our parents can finally stay in a place where they can retire. Where they can live the rest of their lives in peace. They don't have to worry about us. So we settled here for a while. Oh no, we're gonna say this is where our parents are. Well, we left to go to this area, to the caravan, for a chance to make something of ourselves. Okay. I think that's as best as I can do it right now. Ooh. Oh man. I need a name. I'm already regretting the hard difficulty. What's something? Let's see. Female name that means Um, uh, mm, let's do. I want something that would give hope. Sahar, which is apparently Arabic for just before dawn. I like that. Sahar. All right. Let's screenshot that. And done.